really,
Thank
man,
you.
it blew me away in The Social Network, and I cannot believe how unbelievable you were in this movie. Congratulations on your performance.
Thank you very much. Wow.
You're
Thank
very
you.
welcome. How J. Edgar Hoover savvy were you before starting this project?
Not very. I had heard. I was actually more familiar with his sort of nefarious reputation. Like there were stories that were sort of bounced around the family about him, hating my great grandfather and like going through his trash and having agents follow him, and he was convinced he was a spy, like all those kinds of things. So I was familiar with that stuff more so than I was how patriotic he was, for example, or anything like that. So when I read the script, instead of being like, I'm so surprised he did all these things, it was more like, wow, it's true. Interesting,
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
And then, of course, when Clint Eastwood comes a call-in, like, no-brainer that you're going to be in the film?
Obviously. Yeah, obviously. I would have made the food on the set, and I'm not a good chef, just to be part of the project.
What is it about Clint, really? The man's obviously amazing.
I'll give you the secret about Clint. It's everything. It's the fact that he is as cool as you think he is. He's nicer than you think he is. He's tougher than you think he is. I mean, he's just like, he is an icon of a human being. And they broke the mold after that guy, for sure.
Yeah. When you started to work with him, like, what kind of really impressed you about his way of working, I guess?
The way he worked. Like, that was the most impressive thing. The fact that he stripped filmmaking of all of the noise, of all of the extraneous, like, riffraff and crap, and just reduced it to the point where he was like, put the camera there, you guys stand there, go. Okay, put the camera there, you guys stand there, go.
No nonsense.
Okay. Nothing. And it just made the days fly. It was all about the work. Everybody was there to facilitate everybody getting their job done, because he's ready to move on so quickly that if one person's not, you get called out. You have to be ready to move on. So everybody is just always focused. So it was a great environment.
A game all the way.
Yeah.
What kind of research did you do to find out about Clyde?
Tons. I hired a researcher because I couldn't find anything, and I basically just said, "Give me everything you can," and she did. I mean, God bless her. She was amazing. I had more information on Clyde than I could find on J. Edgar.
Wow.
And like a ridiculous amount of information.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And then you get to, of course, work with Leonardo DiCaprio. Oh, yeah.
Which doesn't suck.
No, it doesn't suck at all.
Yeah.
And once, and you guys, it's a tight relationship no matter what.
Yeah.
You're working with him almost every scene.
Mm-hmm.
What impressed you about him when you started to work with Leo?
His focus, his drive, his determination, the fact that he did not get distracted for a second. And he knew the amount of work going into this that he had to put into it, and he exceeded it. I mean, he was never not focused for a single second during the day. So, yeah, it was just, like, impressive.
Really? Wow. And then, you have to go through this makeup process as you're aging. What was that like for you?
The first time was awesome. Yeah, just, like, great seeing the whole thing happen. And then the novelty very quickly wears off, and you just get sick of it,
Yeah. How many hours? What was the process like?
When we started, it was longer, so it was probably 8.5 hours, and then we sort of got it down a little bit, but then, we had like 2 weeks of it, so by the end, it's very hard to sit still in a chair for 8 hours straight, so I'd be moving and fidgeting, and then, of course, it would take longer. I gotta go to the bathroom, just let me up, like that kind of thing.
Yeah. There, of course, you can't deny all the speculation and talk about the sexuality between, Clyde and J. Edgar and whatever, and I thought that the script was spectacular, and the way Dustin Lensblack handled it was very well. But, really, was it, in the back of your mind, like, how are we going to portray this? How are we going to... I mean, seriously, who eats lunch and dinner with somebody every single day?
And live together, and it's like where there's smoke, there's fire. Yes, all of it is speculation, but it's well-informed speculation. But also, Lance did do a great job of not making anything overt and not making anything obvious and sort of leaving it up to you to decide what you saw. Did you see two guys who were involved, or did you see two guys who should have been involved but couldn't, or did you see two guys who were just terrific working companions? I mean, it could be any or all of those, There's a couple amazing scenes that really stood out for me, but of course the hotel room scene when the two of you have to have your big drawn-out fight. And I understand there was somebody who kind of gave you some lessons there. Yeah. Clint put on a hell of a demonstration of what a stage fight should look like, and impressed the hell out of all of us. He could beat me up, I'm not even joking.
What's it like to watch Clint Eastwood, demonstrate a fight for you? Hello?
It's every bit as awesome as you would think it would be. You kind of just have to go, do not let your mouth hang open, you know.
Yeah, I can just imagine. You, like I say, you know, after seeing you in the social network, I just knew that there wasn't going to be an issue with you getting roles. And are you getting? You must be getting so many scripts like that you can't even. You know, you must have a helper reading them all for you. I would think.
I have a minion. Yeah, sure, 3 of them actually. But I only let them out of the cage one at a time, so it's like I just have one. Like the scripts have been coming, and the scripts I've been given a lot of opportunities lately, and it's been great. Like it seems like the luck or the blessings or however we want to put it, they just keep coming. So I'm just trying to be as appreciative as possible.
So up next, we're going to see you in a Snow White film.
That's right.
And you're the huntsman, I believe.
No, that's the different Snow White film.
I'm sorry, I get all confused because I just talked to Kristen Stewart, and I know that was Chris Hemsworth. Tell me about your Snow White, because that sounds pretty amazing.
Sure. Yeah. Our Snow White has no huntsman, but it's sort of the story of Snow White told in the Tarsem universe. And it's going to be so breathtakingly beautiful, but yet funny and interesting and exciting and adventurous. Like all those just wrapped into one. So I am really excited to see what that looks like when he's done with it.
Julia Roberts,
Yeah.
Evil Queen.
That's
Discuss.
Right. The best. She has a lot of the same qualities as Leo about just focus and knowing what they're doing. I mean, she is so controlled. I've never worked with someone as professional as Julia. She just, everything is measured. How she stands, how she emotes, everything she does is controlled, and you're just like, she's good. She's good. You know.
Yeah, I know you're a humble and very nice guy, but how does it make you feel when people come in here and tell you that we think you're going to see you at the Oscars next year?
Actually, I think we can answer that question. There's like every time we love, we're just like, oh no. Yeah.
Well, from my lips to,
Yeah.
seriously, congratulations. You did a really spectacular job.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Saying that from the heart. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Great
very nice
talking
to
to you.
you.
Thank
Absolutely.
you.